Hello, I'm going to show you what I do on Webex, and a lot of the things I learn by trial and error. So there are also a lot of other options that I probably haven't explored yet, but here are some things I found are pretty helpful for me. So first thing is I'm going to start a meeting to show you what it will look like, and this is the same link that I use for office hours. So first thing is actually what can be helpful is if you want to record or share a movie with students, but you don't know how to if it's a longer video, you can actually record your meetings on Webex, right? So there are two options when you record. When you click record here, you can either record in the cloud or record on your computer. So if I use this option to record on my own computer, then I will click record. And then I can choose where I want to save this recording, right onto my computer. So if I want to save it in my desktop, and then I can already create a name for this video, so I will just click sample, and then I will click save. And then now I am already recording the meeting or recording whatever it is I wanted to make a recording of. And then of course, if you want to take a quick pause, you can pause on your recording. Then you can also resume or you can click stop. What's very important here is that when you click stop, you need to stay on Webex in order for the recording processing to go through. So what that means is right now, if I only recorded a few seconds of that and I want to go back and make sure that it saves on my computer, I cannot leave that Webex application right now, because if you see over here, sorry, actually you can leave, but you can end the meeting, right? So I'll click end meeting, but see over here, now there's a pop-up that says your recording has been saved to your computer, and then I can view in folder in my desktop, which is right here, the video, because it was so short, so that was a very short time. But for example, if I was recording a screencast, because a screencast like this right now, the maximum time is 15 minutes. But if I wanted to show a much longer video and I wanted to narrate maybe with that, like right now, then that would actually take a very long time for processing. And I made that mistake where I just closed out of Webex and then nothing saved. And I unfortunately lost precious recording that I had. So just be aware of that. So then now another thing I want to show you on Webex is, let me go back to start a meeting. And when you just start a meeting like this, any meeting in Webex, you may need to click the three dots for more options and then enable breakout sessions. So the thing is that this didn't automatically pop up because this was just my meeting. But when I am in my own classes, then actually I already put that in the settings, so that was fine. But just in case you don't see something, sometimes maybe you need to click the three dots for more options. And then over here, when you click participants and chat, over here, again, if you click three dots, there are more options that you can do. For example, did you know that in Webex you can do a poll? And when you do a polling question, it can be very quick. So if, for example, today I had a quick questions I wanted to ask the whole class, and I just want to do a poll, then I can click add new question. And for example, if, let's see, did you enjoy today's class? Right, so that's the question. And then right here, I can also, if I want to make it a multiple choice, then I can add an answer over here, and an answer would be yes or no, right? So if, or yes. So what I can do is I can record individual responses, or I can uncheck this. And then here I also have more options. I can set a timer to my poll. So for example, if I think this is a very short question that students should just know, then I can click 1 minute and then OK, and then I can open poll. Okay. And sorry, I just wanted to ignore that pop-up. But right now over here, so I actually did this poll today and it was very quick. As soon as students are answering and clicking from their end, then I can see the status of the poll. And so right now, right, I have a 1 minute limit. And if I want to already close the poll, then I can click close poll, and that's it. Polling is ended. And sharing with attendees. So if you want to share the poll results, you can share the results with students, with the participants. If you don't want to, if you want to keep it only for yourself, then of course that's fine too. Right, so either way is fine. If you click apply, I think that will show up on the student's end quite quickly. All right, so that was a quick thing that I learned. And if you notice here, you can even save your poll questions if you want to reuse them for another class, or you can open if you had saved previous poll questions, right? So let me click save, and then I can, again, pick a place where I want to save this. So I'll just say, again, my desktop, and I'll just click and save it as sample poll. Okay, and I can save the poll results, and I can go back to that later. So that was polling. And in the chat, I know you cannot see it right now, but one of the functions I really like is that you can see the students and you can send students private messages, right? So you can just send a specific student, a specific participant, a question or a comment. Okay. And here, notes function is really just for yourself, right? If you want to take quick notes onto Webex, you can also do that. So there are some things over here that can be helpful. Closed captions, I have not used this yet. I don't think it's necessary just yet, so I did not touch this. Okay, so that was a quick thing about polling. All right. And what I'm going to show you right now is I'm going to show you what may help with sharing or figuring out your audio and video things. So for students too, it may help to see that when they click here, the arrow for their audio options, they have a lot of different options. So right now I'm just using the speakers from the computer, but you sometimes may need to click around just to make sure you're connecting to the right thing with audio. Same thing with video. If the students or you cannot figure out which camera is working or not working, you may need to just click around to see the different options. I will say that just like for Google Meet and for Webex, if you change your virtual background, it can really, you can, right? Sorry. You can change your virtual background, but as soon as you have your camera on and the virtual background on, it really slows down the computer. So what I personally do is I really just avoid doing this unless I am using this other application called Chromacam so that this way you can have a nice background. Or what I do is, for me personally, I use an iPad as my second device so that I'm logged on to my iPad and as well as the computer at the same time, because at home especially, I do not have a second monitor. So then my iPad kind of acts as a second monitor. And the good thing about that is this way I don't have to worry about a shared screen, right? But the dangerous thing about that is because I'm connected by another device. So sometimes if students see me on there, they're also sending me a message in the chat and I may not always see it. So it's just a lot of multitasking that I also have to go back and forth. But of course, you know, you can always ask the students to just unmute themselves or send you, or just type in the chat, right, to talk to students if they cannot hear you, because sometimes that may also happen from the student's end, right? Okay, so those are quick things just about WebEx, and I will also have a separate video about sharing videos from WebEx.